one of the stories that I'm always asked was how I started a family business, which was always an interesting discussion of how you started a family business. I came from university and went straight into corporate, so I had a couple of corporate gigs and was working for a very large cable company. Then I was working for Philips Electronics in their marketing department, and of course I always wanted to be in the food industry, but on the side I always had what we call a side hustle, which was interesting. You know, everyone's got a side hustle. So my side hustle has always been rock and roll. So I've been playing bass since I was 15. My mum's side of the family were all very musical, so we didn't do sport, we did music. So that was our big thing, was music, playing rock and roll. And of course when we had all the bands, you know, rock bands in the 80s, and we had more hair of course, and we used to try and get together and have rehearsals. And of course, we didn't have any money, so Dad had a factory, and I used to go there and get the guys in the band. We used to rehearse on a Saturday afternoon. And of course, you know, Vince being the guy that always working, you know, had to work on Saturdays. So he'd be in the factory, and we'd come in there and we'd start playing rock and roll, and he would absolutely hate it, he'd detest the music, because we played, you know, all this loud rock and roll, and he said, you can't sing, you can't play, you've got no rhythm, things like that. We thought we sounded great. But it was interesting as it was a few Saturdays we went there, and I was talking to my father, who had this business packing a bit of seafood and also packing a few olives, and he did pull me aside and say, listen, if you want to join this business, we can probably scale it, and we can actually do something with it. And I said, well, you know, I'm you know, very busy in my day job. I'm earning a lot of money, which was not a lot of money, at Philips. And I said, listen, you're going to have to match my salary. He goes, I've got no money to pay you. And I said, well, what are you going to pay me? And of course, what he said was, I'd pay you absolutely nothing. But once we make something, we can share in the spoils. Your brother's here already. And if we work together as a team, the three of us, then we can probably achieve something. I was 26, living from home. I just come back from overseas at a 4-month trip overseas, and absolutely no money whatsoever. And Vince, I mean, the family didn't have any money. We had no money at all. We were very, very poor. We just had enough basically to live. And I took the leap of faith and said, oh, okay, well, I don't have to pay rent, I don't have to pay board, and we're in a food business, so I'll probably eat, it's okay. And so we started the first, September 1991 is when I took the leap of faith and joined Sandhurst Fine Foods. And one of the best stories I've got was I would show up to work, and my father go, what are you doing here? I said, well, I'm trying to work out my sales plan. He goes, your sales plan doesn't happen here, you've got to go out there. So actually literally kicked me out of the office and wanted me to spend all time on the road. And I remember I would drive kilometres for no reason, and I would go and see customers and try and find customers. It was quite difficult. Nobody knew me, nobody trusted me, nobody knew who Sandhurst was, and they couldn't believe this little guy from Miranda was selling a couple of jars of 2-kilo Kalamata olives. I go, what else have you got? I said, well, that's all I got, I don't have anything else. Luckily, through time, then we sort of added to the portfolio, and I remember when we had capers and artichokes, and we realised that we could probably scale the product offering, and so from there, from 91, where are we now, 2023, it's for me, it's just over 30 years, but Vince and Ray started in 88, so for them, this year will be the 35th year of Sandhurst. So it's been quite a journey, and we've had a lot of help along the way, and we've had a lot of really good people helping us as well, so there's no way we could have done what we did without the amazing talented people here at Sandhurst. So shout out to all of our Sandhurst talented people in every division, and I can't single out any one of them because they're all amazing. So that's the beginning of Sandhurst for you. So that's my side anyway. So yeah, thanks very much.